The chalk was too short. 17 centimeters of calcium carbonate, worn smooth at one end. Vascary's cartilage ridge clicked. He opened the file. For hours, 11 minutes. 12 species entered. 11 failed to complete. The human's method was listed as unknown. 8 hours earlier, the simulation wings smelled like ozone. Vascary stood at the rear of the gallery. It was his first unsupervised observation. A Gelvani cadet vomited into a disposal unit. 3 Breer cadets argued over a broken quantum array. The TESIC proctor checked her chrono like she wanted to be anywhere else. Then the human walked in. Small, pale. She moved through the crowd like water, finding the path of least resistance. Is there a time limit? Or 40 hours? Oh, she nodded. Plenty of time. Then she pulled a stick of white chalk from her pocket, knelt at her pod entrance, and drew one vertical line on the wall. So I know where I started. Vascary's cartilage ridge clicked. The first hour was chaos. Joali cadets ran into shifting walls. Breer teams argued about north in a facility with no magnetic north. By hour 2, 3 species triggered extraction beacons. The human walked slowly, not hesitant, measured. Every few meters, she stopped, tilted her head, and listened. Then she made another chalk mark. Only at intersections. Only where paths branched. Her marks were tiny. A dot. An arrow pointing where she'd come from. At hour 3, the simulation flooded. Water rose through floor grates. The TESIC proctor announced, 40 seconds to find high ground. The human checked her pulse. 2 fingers to her neck. Then she walked into the water. For minutes and 22 seconds later, she emerged on the other side, dripping, calm. The chalk was still in her hand. Vascary looked at his notes. The last line read, she never checked her position. She was never lost. The gallery went quiet. At hour 4, the human entered a toxic spore corridor. The air turned green. Warning lights flashed. She sniffed, held her breath, and walked through 93 meters of contaminated corridor. She walked every meter. When she emerged, she gasped once, dragged air into her lungs, marked the wall and kept walking. The maze shifted at 4 hours, 7 minutes. Walls reconfigured. New routes opened. The human stopped at an intersection that hadn't existed 3 minutes earlier. Her head tilted, listening. Then she marked the left passage, not the right. She hadn't explored either one. How did she know? Vascary enhanced the audio. Footsteps. Machinery. Life support hum. Unusual. Unless she was hearing something he couldn't. Unless she was mapping by sound reflection. She wasn't using chalk to find her way. She was using it to confirm what she already knew. At 4 hours, 11 minutes, the chamber depressurized. Exam terminated. Stand by for extraction. The human looked up at a ceiling speaker. Is something wrong? Nothing was wrong. She had reached the end. Every objective marker. Every hidden beacon. The next closest species was at 19 hours, only 34% complete. The human blinked. Oh! Was that the hard one or the practice? Vascary's cartilage ridge clicked so loudly that the Gelvani supervisor turned to stare. He was already pulling up the data readouts. Dead reckoning. The diplomatic record would need a new category. The diplomatic record would not believe him. Vascary stared at the data. For hours, 11 minutes. 11 DNFs. RHA complete. Method. Unknown. She had marked 47 intersections. The TESIC proctor pulled up the full maze. 47,000 decision points. The human had chosen correctly at every single one. The chalk, the proctor said. Analyze it. Calcium carbonate. Trace magnesium. Nothing else. It was just chalk. Vascary's cartilage ridge clicked continuously. Then the human walked into the gallery, drying her hair with a towel, the chalk still in her hand. Did I do something wrong? Your completion time was 4 hours, 11 minutes. Oh, she blinked. That's bad. 40 hours is standard. Right? Plenty of time. Then the investigation took 3 hours. Ria sat in a conference room, drinking water and answering questions with the same calm patience. "What is dead reckoning?" the TESIC proctor asked. "You know, when you keep track of where you've been so you know where you are." Every species in the room exchanged glances. Because none of them did that. The data reveal came. DWD-44. Human proprioception maintains spatial orientation within 2 degrees in total darkness. No other species possesses this. DWD-45. Subject RIA maintained awareness of 26 branching route variations simultaneously. Her chalk map was an external backup for information she already held internally. DWD-46. Earth origin pathfinding uses dead reckoning, a skill no known species retained. Humans never outsourced navigation. They kept it inside their heads. The chalk marks on sections she never entered. How? Rhea answered before Vasquez could. Sound reflection. Footsteps echo differently in dead ends. Air moves faster through connecting corridors. You can hear it. She demonstrated. She closed her eyes, turned her head toward the door. There's a ventilation shaft behind that wall. 3 meters left of the frame. Curved, not straight. The TESIC proctor pulled up the schematic. Rhea was correct. Vasquez filed his report at 0300. Subject RIA completed the exam in 4 hours, 11 minutes. Her methodology used proprioceptive mapping, acoustic triangulation, and a calcium carbonate marking tool. None violated protocols. All exceeded expected parameters. He stopped typing. His cartilage ridge had stopped clicking. The silence meant his body had accepted what his mind was still rejecting. The human wasn't exceptional because she finished. She was exceptional because she never realized finishing was supposed to be hard. He walked to the simulation chamber. The chalk mark was still there. The vertical line at the entrance of Pod 7. Vasquez knelt and ran his fingertip over the white streak. It was just chalk. The cafeteria was empty at 0315. Rhea sat alone at a corner table, eating from a recycler tray. She looked up and smiled. "Hi. Hello." She didn't ask about the report. She didn't ask about the 4 hours, 11 minutes. She just ate and hummed. The same melody from before. "Do you know what you did today?" She considered the question. "I finished a test. 11 species failed." "Okay." She shrugged. "I finished a test that 11 species failed." No pride. No awareness. No understanding that her species had just done something no other species in the galaxy could replicate. The Academy issued the order at 0900. 200 units of calcium carbonate sticks. Standard equipment for all future navigation exams. The chalk mark was preserved under transparent aluminum. A plaque beside it read, "Persistent Low-Tech Navigational Superiority Indicator. Subject RIA. 4 hours, 11 minutes. The simulation chamber repressurized with a hiss. Somewhere in the cafeteria, a human was still humming.